This week on the gold market, as you can see, the market exploded to the upside. So last week when I called out this level right here at 39.25 and then also this level at 39, almost 60, price just exploded up and it continued to push off using this level as some sort of level of support. So it really pays when you pay attention to these videos every single week because there's so many different opportunities inside of the gold market these days. I mean, well, there always has been, but even more so now because price is basically shooting straight up. So in this video, I'm going to share my game plan for this upcoming week, keeping in mind that we do have so many news catalysts for next week, especially because we have the government shutdown. We also have the fact that they pushed NFP off now 2 weeks, and now it's supposed to be on October 17th, basically running into the next month. So we don't know what's going to happen. It's scheduled for that right now. It could totally change like it did this past week. And then we also have other things in the market that we need to be paying attention to in order to capitalize on this gold market as bullish as it is right now. In this video, I'm going to go over my entries, my exits, and my profit target zones for the gold market. And like I said, from last week, it did come up here and shoot past that, which is amazing, using this last level that I called as a level of support. So let's just go ahead and go to the weekly time frame here. And obviously we know what the story is. It's bullish. So it's continued to be bullish for the past almost 2 months now, and who knows how long this is going to last. But while it's here, let's go ahead and capitalize on these markets. So this market shot up, let's see. So this past week, wow, 1,300 pips, even more than the week prior. So it's really interesting to see. And it actually had, if we go ahead and measure this really quick, we can see an extra 400 pips. So it got as high as 1,700 pips this past week, but then closed a little bit below that, which is totally fine. So let's go ahead and go to our daily time frame. So that way we can see more data. For now, I'm going to get rid of this fib because that did help us out this week. That's why I wanted to include that on last week's video. So that way, at least you have some sort of guidance in what you should look for potentially when it comes to price just going higher and higher every single week. And pretty much in some cases, multiple times in a day, which is crazy. So here on the daily time frame, you do see that I have an alert here, but let's just go ahead and clone this level right here. So I'm just going to take this level that I drew and I'm going to call out these old zones. So give me a second while I draw these, but basically I'm just going to put this right here at the very top of the market. We can see that it tapped into the zone twice this past week. And then we also have this other level here that acted as a level of support. But for right now, we're going to get rid of that just because I want to draw some fresh lines and levels for this upcoming week, especially because we have so many things that are happening inside of the market or that will be happening inside of the market. So it would be interesting to see how those things play out with our analysis. So far, it's been pretty much straight on. And I am glad to be sharing this information with you here on this channel. So right now we do have this level right at the top of the market, sitting essentially at the very top at the high of 4,059. And also we have this level right here sitting roughly at 38.95. And it did hold this level as a level of resistance. It'll be interesting to see if it does pull back into the zone, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So let's go ahead and look at the rest of these levels here on the daily time frame. The other level I drew was at 37.96. And then also we had this level right here at 37.60. And then another level here all the way down here at 37.22. And last, I'm going to call this one out here at 37.05 because this is a lot of movement in such a short period of time. It's basically just straight up. So let's go ahead and go to the H4 time frame. And if so far you're liking this content, you're liking me breaking down these charts for you in order to help you capitalize in the market, go ahead and subscribe to this channel so that way you don't miss any of the content that I post here, helping you become a better trader, a more profitable and consistent trader. So go ahead and like the video, subscribe to this channel. So continuing with the analysis, we can see our level that we drew on a daily time frame is nicely lined up with these wicks on the H4 time frame. Now we also see a couple of levels of support. For right now, I am going to draw one level that I see that's super obvious to me, and it's going to be right here at 39.52. Actually, let me just bring this down just a little bit so it's more in alignment with recent price action. Now it's sitting at 39.49, really close to 39.50. And looking at this level is still looking good. I'll probably keep this for now. This level right here is sitting at 38.78. And then also we have this level here at 38.41. That is very obvious here on the H4 time frame. These are the other levels that we called out. And so far it's looking good. Let's see what else we can draw. Going to the H2 time frame, you can see very clearly, let me make this bigger, that it was pretty choppy here in the gold market for the past, I want to say just 2 days, yesterday and today. When I'm recording this is on a Friday, so that way you can have a game plan ready to go when the market opens up. So you can see it was pretty choppy here. I do see a nice little level of support that was formed right here. So let's just go ahead and mark this off. So this is sitting at 39.76. And so far that is looking good. Really nothing else I want to change here on the H2 time frame. And I also want to say, if you are looking for an easier way to understand the markets and get the support that you know that you need inside of these markets, then go ahead and check out the 2 products that I have to help you become a better trader much faster. The first is the Profitable Traders Academy. You can go to LaKieshaTrades.com. You can also click the link in the description box below, where basically you can see the results that people have had inside of our community and all of the help that I've given them, basically helping them master the gold market. And I also trade options with confidence. So go ahead and check this out. You can either enroll or you can sign up for a phone call with my program advisor, and he will walk you through the program and answer any questions that you may have. And then the other is the Trading Launchpad, where basically if you haven't taken your first trade and you are uncertain about how to read the market. So if you're newer to the markets and you're looking for a better way to enter the markets, maybe you've seen all these charts and you're still quite confused as to what is actually happening inside of the market, then go ahead and check out the Trading Launchpad, where you can launch your first confident trade in 30 days or less, especially because I walk you through a step-by-step process. We do have some people that have signed up to this week. I am super excited. We have our first live call on Monday. So if you want to be a part of that and get your questions asked, then go ahead and sign up. You can see this is what you will learn in the first 4 weeks and then get that continuous support that you'll need. So right now we're offering 50% off the annual. So if you go ahead and then you can see the pricing here, this is what it is right now. It may be different in the future if you're watching this video in the future. So go ahead and take advantage of this right now while it's at a very affordable rate, and you can get the help that you need and be in the position to conquer the markets much faster. So going back to the charts, this is pretty much all that I want to mark up on H2. Let's go to H1, and now we can see the market structure a lot more clearly here. We can see that there was a level of support that was formed here that was broken somewhat, and then price started to trade back up. So let's just go ahead and mark that off. This is a level of significance right here to me. So I'm going to mark this level off, and right now this level is sitting at 4,008. So you can see that already price has broken above this level. So obviously there's a potential for the markets to go higher. As far as my game plan for this upcoming week, obviously very bullish. Even still, the market did have a big pullback for 2 days, but it's still pushing up. So let's just go ahead and really quick go to the H4 time frame. I'm going to draw another fib because price has basically ran through the levels that I posted for last week as far as the extension levels. So now we have to see what price could potentially do for this upcoming week. So let me go ahead and use my Fibonacci retracement tool and then go ahead and mark off these levels. So this is what I would do. So now we have to entertain the fact that price can reach 4,100, especially since this past week it has broken through 4,000 quite comfortably. So using my horizontal rate tool, just going to mark off this level here. And then of course we have to anticipate price moving up to 4,200. Let me just move this all the way down. And then I'm also anticipating that at some point, I don't know about next week for sure, but at some point price getting up to 4,300. So essentially what we have here is we have price around 4,100, 4,200, 4,300, and price could even go beyond that. Of course, price can do whatever it wants, however fast it wants, but I do want to have these levels marked off on my chart. So in order to keep my charts clean, I'm going to remove this level really quick and going back to the H1 time frame so that way I could talk about my game plan for this upcoming week. Actually, let me just move this right there. Okay, great. So looking at my game plan, I mean, even though price is continuing to push up, obviously price can do this. So it can continue to push up, come here, bounce somewhere, and then continue to push up. That's obviously an idea, and we've seen that over and over inside of this market for the past couple of months. So that's one idea right there. And then next, it could come to this level and then retrace a bit deeper to one of these levels, even coming back down here. This would be a significant drop, but remember, However, we do have a lot of major news catalysts that are coming up in the market this upcoming week. So we have to just be prepared for anything. So this is an idea right there. And then obviously eventually coming up. And then of course, price could just gap up like it did this past week and basically just go from price can go essentially gap up somewhere and then just continue to push up like it did. So in case there is a push up or a gap up, like I'm possibly expecting, it could gap down, but I'm more so looking for bullish moves inside of the market. So if it was to gap up, basically I would just wait until price settled a little bit and then see where there's an opportunity for me to take an entry at one of my levels. So this is my game plan for this upcoming week. If you found this helpful, go ahead and like this video, share this video with 10 people that you know in order to share this information with others so that way they can be well versed inside of the markets and they can have the same information that you do. And the goal is to help as many traders as possible. So go ahead and share this video, like this video, and then also subscribe to this channel if you are not already subscribed, and I'll see you next time.